So what is over there? Is that the river?
Yes, there's a harbor area there.
Is this a river
And here
or?
there's a river, and the story is actually quite interesting because in the 60s they closed it with garbage, and then in recent years, about 10 years ago, they decided that that was not the right thing to do, so they restored it. They restored the
What do you
original
mean they
river.
closed it with garbage? They filled it in?
They filled it in.
Wow.
Yeah. And about 10 or 15 years ago, they brought it back to its original state.
Wow.
So and it looks much better that way.
Yeah, I bet. So when they filled it in with garbage,
Yeah.
they just filled it in and then poured concrete on top of it, or?
No concrete, just garbage and stuff, and
So
actually,
it was an eyesore?
and also toxic materials,
Ah.
because there used to be a paper factory here.
So it was ugly to the eye?
Not to my knowledge, because of course they made it look nice.
So they did. They planted grass on
Yeah,
top
grass
of it or
and
whatever.
stuff,
Okay.
yeah.
Not like slapping Pappin.
Nope, not like slapping pepper.
But she's, you were trying to be nice about slapping Pappin, but you were saying that she was ugly as sin.
Well, that's funny because if you look online, you find many different depictions of her, many different photos, or not photos, but drawings. But they are all very different. But the one thing where they all come together is that she was butt ugly. There's no other way to say it. She was butt ugly.
Okay. There's the church.
Yeah.
Look at those lions there. Monastery. It's beautiful.
Straight from Graceland.
Looks like it. Those are just laying down.
Yeah. Well, they need to rest every once in a while.
And it seems like slapping Pappin
Yeah.
is somewhat related to the church.
Yes. Yes. There are depictions of her in some of the churches here. Correct. This is St. Peter's Church.
Is this St. Peter right here?
No.
This is slapping
This is-
Pappin?
No. This is an interesting story because we have this hill where there were a lot of trees, but at one point the trees got infested on somehow, and then there was an artist that cut monks out of them, and it's this hill with this whole series of monks on them, and this is a replica of one of those monks.
Wow.
This is from the they made a mold out of it.
Yeah, it looks like wood because it's
Yeah.
split.
Well, that's what it originally was.
So they just,
But they were kind of concerned about these figures because at some point they started to decay. So they made these molds of them to preserve them for eternity.
and to make them look
Yeah.
like they were wood.
Yeah.
Because it almost looks like it was charcoal.
Well,
or-
this is what it was. So they were made of wood, but these particular ones are made of well, it's metal of some kind.
Very cool.
Yeah. Let's find that lady.
So
Watch out.
this looks like we're downtown Disney.
And this is, more or less, this is a hotel that's quite renowned here. It's old style hotel. I've had people staying here, like Dick Rope stayed here.
Really?
Yeah. And Stump. The basement of this hotel is from it looks great, and it's from the 14th century.
Wow. So where's the oldest building that you were talking about? But this looks like I'm at Disney.
Well, this is quite typical for Denmark, this building style.
This building style of church is the church that Elvis attended in Memphis had those same columns like that on the side of the church.
That's quite common in Europe. This is that building.
This is the
And-
oldest building?
Yes, and definitely this part of it. This is a part of conjecture, but definitely this part of it is the oldest standing structure.
And naturally we got a car parked in front of it.
Yep.
Let me go.
Yeah, well,
So this is the oldest standing structure in Denmark right here.
it is.
What is it called? It's number 5.
Next to it, that was something from the 60s, so that's kind of strange mashup.
So it's number 5. And what is this now?
It is from a church. Actually, when I had to give my children names, I went into their office to, and that was right here. This is still an active part of the church.
So this is the place that you would name, you did the birth certificate.
Yes, that's what I did for both of my children.
Your
Right
birth
here.
certificate was in the oldest building in Denmark.
Yes.
Did you
correct.
know that?
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Amazing, very amazing. Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. And look at these doors. Well, these doors are obviously not original, but still, when you look at the handwork and so on, it's
Oh, it's
pretty
beautiful.
Yeah.
And this is just like at that other church that we saw
just leave
in the
it there.
town that we were in, where they build on top of rocks as
Yeah,
the foundation.
Just leave it there.
Very cool.
I like that vibe because it's more like a marriage with nature.
Yes. And see, there's another one
Right.
just sticking up, just random.
Yeah.
Hello. Wow, look at this old door here.
Yep. This is probably not far behind. I would say roughly the same time era.
That is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
But what trips me out is you go to Disney and you go to Epcot,
Yeah.
and the buildings look like this.
Yeah, well.
But they're made to mock up to look like things in Europe.
But this is the real deal.
Amazing.
Yeah. Look at the entrance.
Yeah, it says Anno. So Anno
There's a
Domini
date on it.
MDC 5. So that would be 100 and D 40 C and 10. So 163. The year Anno Domini is the year of our Lord.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the year of our Lord, or is that 1,000?
I think it's 1,000.
So M would be 1,000. DC V is what, 10 or 5?
5.
V is 5. So what is DC?
VI, it's 6.
Oh, so VI. So what is the DC?
I don't know.
It could be 1600 because
Okay,
that would
so
make
it's
sense.
1,006.
Well, we can look it up because I'm not sure, but we can look it up.
Well, D I think would be 5.
Yeah.
C would be 3. So 1,000, 5, 6, 6.
5.
There's a VI.
So you're basically saying
566.
1566.
1566. The
That-
year of our Lord, 1566.
That would make sense.
That is crazy.
That would make sense. Yeah.
So that's 1300s.
Yeah.
This is 1500s.
Yes.
Incredible. So you see, I'm really good at Roman numerals. I'm so glad that you were with us to help
I'm glad.
decipher that.
I'm glad that he was.
Yes,
It's been too long for me.
to help us decipher it.
Yeah.
Hello. So we're going to see Slappin' Pappin'.
Yes. About to.
What is this?
Which one?
It's grapes.
Well, this is a wine store, so that's
Those are grapes.
not sour ones, I hope. This is Church Street.
So, Kira Kerkestrade
Yes.
is church.
Street. Yes.
St. Peter's
Yes.
Kirk. So it's talking about the church.
Yep.
Wow. What is this Rusk? That's the second time I've seen that.
I think it's Rush. Or is it Rusk?
The band Rush?
No. What do you think it is?
That's
I don't know.
R-U-S-K.
Just some guy's name.
So maybe it's their tag name.
a tag.
I've seen it earlier. A lot of tagging.
This is the town square, and it's basically, of course, there's some new buildings there too, but the core of it has been the same for more than 100 years. And this is Slatten pattern. The statue, it was put here about 10 years ago, and it has been controversial. There's many people that have mixed feelings about it. So there's that.
It looks like it was meant to have water coming out of it.
There's water coming out in the summer. It is.
Oh, okay.
Actually
So this
looks like
catches
there's
it.
water coming out.
Because I can see
Yeah.
fountains.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so friends, you have to use your imagination. Slapping pattern.
Slatten pattern.
Means
Yeah, that's-
sagging, and if you could imagine what part of the body this is, and she used those to.
Well, she used those to defend herself with, and she was actually quite adept at it. She used her breast
That was her superpower.
to beat other people up with. That's what she did.
That was her superpower.
That's what. and-
So much so
and
that she
she
has
was actually a nasty piece of work to put it out, straight. And these are her daughters, and they were apparently just as
Ugly.
awful in every sense.
Yes.
And it's,
So I mean,
and-
there's nothing pretty
no,
about.
absolutely nothing. Actually, the head looks like a fish of some kind.
It really does.
It's like a fish.
She looks like Poseidon a little bit.
And the daughters, they look like, well, it's not something you would like to meet at a bar. Let's just put it that way.
Like death warmed
And-
over.
and-
That one looks like a clown.
Yeah, well, a sad
right.
clown.
Yeah.
It's like they don't know what to do with the story. They don't know what to do it, so
They want to tell it, but they don't know how to tell
they
it.
don't know how to tell it. So they took. There was a plate here telling the story of Slattenpatten, but they removed it. So it's. But it's a controversial piece of work. There's a lot of people that just don't like it.
Well, it's not pleasant to look at.
No, it's not pleasant.
I will say that. Not pleasant to look at at
No.
all. And so,
Well,
on the other side, it gets real bad.
on purpose, they are exposing it to the elements of nature. Obviously, 15 years ago, it didn't look like this, but they've just let it be
So
exposed.
it's been here 15 years.
Yeah, about 10, 15 years. They're exposing it to the elements of nature just to emphasize its full ugliness.
Well, it looks like they have a theme going here in the square.
Well, right here's the courthouse. So here you have the apotheek, pharmacy.
Oh, is that what that is? A pharmacy?
Pharmacy.
I love apothec.
Lion. That means
So,
lion.
oh,
Love
love
lion.
means lion.
Yeah, love means lion.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I lion you. Lure.
Leeuwen.
Lure.
Leeuwen. Yeah. Lion.
Huh.
You can also see a lion right there.
Yes. Interesting. This is a beautiful square.
It's a nice square.
But I'm serious, guys. This is just like being at Disney. It's just real. In the square,
Yeah, it is.
and it's part of the local history, the local folklore.
Yeah, but it's not something like that you would want to showcase. Like, like if you had if you had somebody that invented a type of medicine or something, that would be something to be proud of. You know, the guy
But
that invented.
they don't have them in the middle of the square, though.
They don't have them in the middle of the square. But somebody had a good time making this thing and also made a lot of money on the side.
I bet you.
Yeah, that's.
I bet you they made a ton.
Oh, they did.
That's very funny.
Let me
So
show
yeah,
you
this
the-
is very reminiscent of Disney to me, and that's just crazy.
Yes.
I would have never, when you're at Disney, you don't realize that it's really like a real town.
It's like a real town.
And so this has parking under, like we've seen in so many places.
Correct.
Because see, to me, it looks like if I was here, I wouldn't drive up into the square.
No, you can't.
Well, how do the cars get in here?
They can through this way.
So they come straight through there,
Yes.
but they're still driving on part of the square to get in there.
And here on the square, and that's a very nice local thing. They always have on some of the weekdays, Wednesday, a big market.
Oh,
And you have these.
and they'll have it probably
yeah.
coned off or something.
Yeah, and they have these specialist stores for like cheese or fish or all kinds of different things, vegetables, and a local market. It's right here.
So maybe this car is going to go in the garage.
That's possible. You will see.
Go ahead, buddy. You as confused as we are?
She's about being filmed because he has one headlight missing.
Why?
He's thinking,
Oh,
am I going to get a ticket?
no. I don't give tickets. Now Elvis did, but I don't.
One Elvis enough.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what is this?
Another artwork, but this is kind of like abstract art. I think it was put here by the local, one of the local banks, but it's, yeah, well, what it is, I don't know.
It's not really pretty.
No, it's basically nothing. But it has the M of McDonald's in there.
Yes, it does. It looks like
Well,
melted
something melted.
candles. I don't know.
Oh, aliens.
Yeah, it's kind of like aliens.
Kind of like aliens.
Hvor er Emma fra McDonald's?
What does it say?
He says, well, that's a teenager's reactions. Where's that M of McDonald's?
Oh, the M. Yeah. It's the not golden arches though. They're not golden.
No, they're not gold. Yeah. It was made by Björn Nørgaard, actually a fairly famous artist.
Really?
Yes. He made it in 1994.
Well, he should be promptly probably
If-
jailed.
If this is his finest work, then I feel sorry for him.
we should round him up.
I think my kids could come up with something better than that.
Yeah, I've accidentally done stuff like that, but not on
well,
purpose.
But then you remodel. This is like, yeah. But look, now it's like around 9 o'clock in the evening and it's quiet. This is typical, small town Denmark.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's just beautiful down here.
Yeah, it's calm.
You don't hear people making noise. There's no.
Never.
Yeah.
No. And this is also, this stuff basically never changes. Local ice cream parlor. Nice
Paradise.
One, a nice one too. Well, yeah.
Paradis.
Well, why not?
Is that how they pronounce it?
Paradise, yes.
Paradis.
Yeah. And the last two letters are, of course, also ice.
And there's a horse trailer right
Big
in the
one.
middle of
Big
town,
one, yeah.
pulled by a
Peugeot.
Peugeot. And see, that's something I would never see in the States, a horse trailer pulled by a Peugeot.
Well, no. But I guess it does its job. And here, pharmacy.
Another pharmacy. This is Sven Apotheke.
Yeah, and this is the swan.
Apotheke.
This is the swan pharmacy, and you can see a swan.
Oh, it's a swan, so that's
Yeah,
what the
so-
Svan
Yes.
means. I see it.
So they have all these animal figures as pharmacies.
Yeah, so the other one was lion,
Yeah.
this one's swan.
But it's- yeah.
So we got to get the moon.
Now we're going to look for the red pharmacy.
So let's look at the moon. Look at that up there.
Oh,
Wow. Look at that. The top edge of that church.
Yep. Yep. Right over there.
So that's another church. That's a different one than the one we saw around there. Or is
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Different one.
So what, this is a defib machine on the street?
Yes. A heart starter.
Right here on the street, friends. That's how you start your heart. But it's right here by the pharmacy too. So I think
well-
maybe because of the pharmacy.
Yeah, you know. If they have Dr. Nick prescribing, you know, you might need one of those.
Exactly. Well, and why are these cars, are they supposed to park right here in front of these stores, or do they own the stores?
Well, no, I don't think so, but nobody makes a big deal out of it.
Oh wow, it's just beautiful.
These are coming, it says it comes from the local castle. It's Gauno Castle.
Local castle.
Yeah, there's a castle here. And they smell fresh. Nice.
Reminds me of a funeral home, friends. It just always smells like a funeral home to me.
That looks impressive.
Oh, that's amazing. There's the moon. Now, friends, if you went outside right now and looked up at the moon, we would both be looking at the same moon. I just want to make sure you knew that.
You saw me standing
Right?
alone.
So the moon here is the same moon as it is over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I felt like it was.
Local city life. But if you look closely at the church, you'll see that it's been repaired. It's gone through various repairs. Through the look at this, the lighting on it is unbelievable.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
It's yeah, pretty amazing.
It is. Well, that sky, the backlight of the sky is incredible.
My son tells me a tidbit that you might be interested
Okay.
in knowing. He says in the old days, this is where they had their weapon room. They had a weapon room because you could not take your weapons into the church. So this is where people left their weapons.
So that's what this little room is on the side.
Yes.
So we saw that little room at the other church.
Yes, and it's probably the same purpose.
Wow. So you would go in there, leave your weapon there, and then go on into the church.
Correct.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a fun fact.
Functional.
Weapon room, friends. Right here.
Look at the decorations on this church.
Oh, it's amazing.
The tiles. Like this is.
We were up in that
Yeah.
at the church in the town that we're in, where the bed and breakfast is. We went through a door and went up to where the. We went up to where the bells were.
Niet langer. Die was heel beklopt met inkloppen. Oh, he says he's been there as well.
You have? You've been up in there?
Yeah.
It's incredible looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was actually allowed to, what do you call it?
Hit the bell?
Yeah.
Wow. It was loud. Did
Yeah.
you have to put earphones on?
No.
Very nice.
You can see some of the repair. And if you look right there, you see part of a building, part of a window that's been closed.
Yes.
And it's like this part has been added to it. Can you see what I mean?
Yes.
But these churches through the ages were organisms almost like. You know, people were adding stuff to it.
And those bricks there, see, they're a different color than the
Yeah.
rest. So either it got damaged
Yeah, well,
or
these
something
are
happened.
probably repairs of some kind.
So could any of this been damaged in a war or anything like that?
No.
Maybe. No war here.
No war here.
But this is a work in progress because they're so old. I mean,
these
this
are-
thing could be 500 years old, 400 years
Oh,
old, 300.
This is older.
Wow.
This is older. My own guess is it's a gas, but it's a solid gas. I would say 800-900 years.
Wow. That's incredible. Amazing.
Yeah, this church has seen some things, experienced some things.
Indeed it has.
I wish I could tell the stories that's contained inside the walls.
And see now, they didn't used to have it, but now they have an alarm.
Yep. Concession to the times.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Things change. Well, look how tall those windows are.
It's a huge structure. And just look at these windows, you know. 500 years ago, people were looking at these very same windows.
But back then, no electricity, no cars,
electricity, no running water.
no running water,
Nothing.
no alarms.
No,
And the cars sitting around in here weren't there.
nothing.
They didn't exist.
Probably there was nothing there, you know. The buildings that were here back then were quite basic at best.
They're in that restaurant working.
This is a Thai restaurant.
They're looking out at us like, why are they out there?
Filming.
What are they doing? Why are they doing that? That guy with the camera. Why has that guy got a camera?
Yeah.
Cause lady, that's what I do.
It's what I do. The spa guy.
That's it.
And now they know.
It should be the camera guy, really.
Yeah.
It'd make more sense. But that would be too easy, you know?
Yeah. But now people remember spa guys.
Yeah.
But this is a magnificent structure.
Oh wow, man, it's just incredible looking. And to think of the history of all this is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Just look at the doors.
What it took to create this back then is something else. There's a thing right there. Maybe it gives us some history.
I think this is a war memorial, but not the kind of war memorial that you think, because this is from 1864. This is as a memory of the fallen soldiers from Nesford and area in the fights for the father country, 1848, 1850 and 1864.
So that was wars, not specifically here, but people from here
From
that
here.
fought in
Yeah.
a war.
I will try to translate it for you as best as I can. The blood that's which the land of Denmark drank flowed without any fear, and that life has not been turned off. Some terrible brute. It wasn't turned off because it was put to good use.
Okay.
Yeah.
So their suffering,
Their suffering was not
In
in
vain,
vain.
right.
It was not in vain.
and then it lists the people.
And their blood, the blood is now one with these grounds. And these are,
And this was put here in April 1904.
yeah, it's quite specific because you can see about people. You know, you can see the names like this guy. He's from this town. Then there's this guy. These guys, they are from Little Nesford. Then this guy is from Frisleuze. So it says the names of the fallen soldiers and the city that they're from.
So
it's-
the war was 1848, 49, and 50.
Yeah,
Wow. What war was that? Do you know?
I think it's one of the wars with Germany. At some point, Germany wanted to.
You're physically attached to Germany, not the part that we're in now.
No,
The other part is
yes.
physically attached.
Yeah.
So they must have gone over there and fought.
Well,
Or they tried to come here and invade.
maybe it also spilled over here. You know, that's
Yeah.
unlikely. We can look into that.
Interesting.
We can look into that.
So this was placed here in April of 1904.
Yes. This was created by the community of the Danish Brothers of Defense for Næstved and areas. On the 25th Foundation Day, the 14th of April, 1804. It says
1904.
Here it says 1904.
Yeah, but it's for this.
Yeah.
So this looks like this may have been moved.
Yeah.
It was here. They created the foundation and moved it to here.
Yeah, and this is, it has different dates. Like this is 1864.
So they added those names.
Actually, it looks like these. This was almost wiped out, and they repainted it. And also this was repainted, 1879.
That's incredible. Man, it's just a beautiful piece.
It's a beautiful piece.
Very symbolic. And there's a rooster on top of that church.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gotten so dark. We may be able to date this church on this side.
Yeah. I wish I could show you the insides of this cinema, because this one is 100 years old. They have a main room that basically has the James Bonds.
Really?
Yes.
From 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, what does this mean? No parking here?
Let me see. Yeah, no parking. Or
Literally
yeah,
right here where
right
this car's
here.
parked.
Yeah. So he's basically in. But you know, nobody's going to make a big fuss out of it.
So the police won't get him?
No.
I would. If I was the cops, boy, I'd bust him so fast.
Yep.
So I think it's saying from here to down there, and that one is from there to up there.
Right.
Huh. But that one's got a cross on it. What's the difference?
Let me see.
See, this one is like no. That one is that saying yes?
I'm saying that's absolutely no.
So that means, hey, serious business, guys. Serious business, no parking.
No, just move on.
Yeah. Here is, well, you know, we suggest that you don't.
Yeah, it's more. That's like just move. And this is like you can stand here, but.
So if you park over here, you're going to get it.
Busted.
If you park here,
Well, still not good.
Yeah, it's not good, but I can live with that. I like these kinds of rules. Right. If we're in a bad mood, we're going to get you.
Yeah.
But other than
but
that.
other than that, you may, you know, just get off the hook.
That's funny. And so what is the...
Walking street, a father and a son.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what if it's a daughter and a mother?
Well,
They can't walk here?
That's illegal.
Okay. I don't care where y'all walk, but you can't walk
You
here.
can drive here, but speed is max 15 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
So slow driving.
And what is this?
It says cars cannot drive in that direction because it's one way.
Cars cannot
But
turn right.
bicycles accepted. Accepted.
They can.
So a bicycle can turn to the right.
Bicycle can.
Wow. Well, that's complicated. I think they're giving too much leeway here. I think they're giving too many people chances to do whatever they want to. And you know what they'll do? Whatever they want to.
But the thing is, this is a pretty controlled society. You know, you don't see anybody going crazy.
No, it's actually very mild here, very controlled. Now, how about the cow sitting out in front of the church?
She's starting with a cow.
He says maybe there's something.
Well, how about this cow right here?
It was made by Gudrun Lauwersen. It's called the Kelf.
The calf.
And it was put here by the town in 1968. So the year I was born.
So this was here before Elvis passed,
Yeah.
and the year that you were born.
Yep.
Amazing. It's been there a long time.
Look at these pieces. It's pretty decorative.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas tree.
All these, yeah.
They usually have it written on here somewhere.
This
What
is,
year?
Saint Martin here. It's practical information about the priest and the services in this church.
That's all it is, nothing historic.
No historic indication.
So there's got to be a cornerstone. It gives us a date. That other one had it written literally on the side of the church. So do you think you could go down in the basement and look around and see if you see anything?
I think it's something. I think we could try. No.
It says it's got an alarm on it.
Oh, that is probably not. Yeah. Look at this.
Oh, it's amazing looking. Now, what is that
I'm
sticking
wondering
out?
what that thing is. Yeah, that was my thought. What
It's
is?
like a stone of some sort.
And also here, what they did right here. I'm wondering what the purpose of it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm thinking, just guesswork, that this could be something where they put a light on or something, or a candle.
Yeah, and see, there's another hole there that's filled in.
Right, I can see it.
So I don't know. Maybe there was a hole there and they just stuck that in the hole. Looks about the same size.
Well, maybe we can look it up.
I got some smart YouTubers. They'll tell you.
They'll tell us. They'll tell us.
They'll surely tell you.
And they will be saying, boy, those guys are talking trash.
They will say that.
What were they on? Yeah, we bought the bait. Yeah.
Jeg kommer over en gang, så han siger, at banen
No, we could go.
That's Dolce. Hair Deluxe.
Nej,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
så kan jeg da nå at sige hej.
This is a funeral home.
This is a funeral home.
Yes.
Wow. I would have never figured that out. Because it looks nothing like a funeral home. Is that little spot right there for the hearse?
Let me see. No,
Explorer.
there's no hearse here.
Right, but they would take the body, though, out the back. No? These doors aren't big enough.
But maybe this is just a business and they have the funeral home somewhere else. The actual
Oh, so this is like just a storefront.
storefront. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Because you wouldn't be able to move a coffin through that door.
No. So this is like where they sell the service.
Where they sell the services. And this is another rather old building. Well, it's 1845. But look at how solid it is.
Beautiful.
You know, there's so much history here.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, you don't see buildings this old in America. They're just not there.
Look at these boys.
Look there, that is open. They're in there cooking.
Yeah. Right.
It's a kitchen.
Det her det er en tandlæge.
This is now a dentist's office,
This is a dentist office.
but this thing has been around. I'm guessing it's also from the 16th century. But also look at some of the decorations.
Yes. That's very like a pirate ship
Yep.
is what it looks like to
Yeah.
me. And this is a dentist office.
Well, the Vikings were the original pirates.
Yes. That is a giant door.
That is a big door.
That's the little logo on it.
The name of it is though Knight's Garden.
The Knight's Garden.
The Knight's Garden. I'm guessing that this is from
This
around the
person's
same
flying.
vintage. But look at these figures.
That's somebody's house.
And these figurines, they look like religious
Yes, that's.
figures.
That looks like a
He's got a
staff.
tool.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's for work on the land.
Yes.
And this guy has got a weapon and a bag of money. It looks like.
Yeah. So that would be
This look-
Judas.
And this looks like a little bit creepy.
Yeah, that would be Judas.
Yeah.
A bag of money and
Yeah.
a weapon.
And this is somebody with a grail,
Yeah.
the grail. And this,
Looks like the devil.
yeah.
Wow.
And this, a key and a tablet.
Yeah. How much time did it take to?
This is handwork.
That's VV.
Tree.
He's holding his finger up.
Yep,
2 fingers.
2 fingers.
Interesting.
It's like, these are sometimes depicting religious figures. Okay, this guy has a sword and a tablet. But these are like demon-like figures.
Like they're standing over him.
Yeah, standing over them.
So that guy there, he looks Asian. This guy has a little Asian, like a samurai look to him.
Yeah, he does. I think that's just how it came out.
You know, old glass.
One thing that I think is pretty neat is that each figurine is different.
Completely
That's not-
different.
That's not
Yeah.
how they would do it today. Then they
So
would just
are
make-
there, how many of them are there? There's 12. So is that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it may be the disciples in Christ. Is
12
that Christ?
disciples.
There's 13 of them.
Yeah. You may
And maybe.
be right.
But this looks like an explorer. So he's got a hat on like an explorer.
And it looks like a shell in his hand.
Yes, it does. So he would be a seaman,
Yeah.
yes.
Sailor.
sailor.
I don't
Huh.
think he's a pirate. And this looks again like a tool
Yes.
on the land. That was very important back then. And also you can see it on the top. You can see tools
Yep, and a grill.
and a grail.
The grill.
Grail. Yeah.
The grill.
Grail. And he has a spear. A spear and a kind of tablet or a book
And then, like you say, a demonic character at the bottom.
in the bottom. But you can see this work is showing signs of its age. So they need to keep an eye on this. It's showing some red there.
Wow. And then bricks, real bricks.
Yep. This thing is going to stick around for a while.
It's been here a long time.
Long time.
And that's somebody's home, it looks like.
Yeah, it's somebody's home.
This is another hotel. Boy, they turned the cars loose, didn't they?
Yep, they did.
Suddenly we got tons of traffic. So this is the Hotel Christine.
Yeah. So, since that's the lady's name, it's not a Heartbreak Hotel.
This
Well,
is
maybe
not,
it is.
well, yeah, I mean, it would
Yeah.
clearly be Heartbreak Hotel.
At one point. Yeah.
Yes.
Look at the view of here. From
Oh, it's amazing. If that car wasn't there, give me just a second.
Yeah. This is a trade street, or that's what it was. Yeah. And I'm thinking that the red building back there, the building back there, the red one,
Yeah.
I think it was used for storage.
Okay. So it's a restaurant now.
Det der, det riddergade, det der,
Ja.
det købte jeg.
Very beautiful.
Very nice.
It doesn't look like it's going to rain, but it looks like blue skies.
Yeah.
It's sprinkling on us.
Blue skies.
You're not going to melt, buddy.
Yeah. Well, no. He'll be fine.
Fire hydrant, old
Yeah.
school. A lot of tagging
Yeah.
in this town.
Anti-racist.
Anti-racist. Hey, I think, is that where we're parked?
No.
Okay. We won't be that
There's
lucky.
an accountant there.
An accountant?
Accountant's office. Yeah. This is all. Most of it. This is much later vintage. That looks like 40s, 50s.
Yeah, that's beautiful though, those little balconies. It's very neat.
This is older.
That frog is 95 kroner.
Yep. So that's about $10.
No, 2.
So about like 950. About 10% roughly.
Alexander says more.
More than that?
About 20, I would say.
$20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And
this is what is usually made for funerals. These kinds of tags where you can say one last greeting or. Opening, closing times.
Yes. Friday. Friday.
Friday. Yeah, it's Friday.
Come on. Beautiful.
That's nice.
That's a very nice shot. Whoever did it is very artistic.
But this is pretty quiet town, you know. But it's one of the things I like about it.
Yes. Yeah, we're parked on the other side of the monastery. Oh, you can't get through there.
No, but we do it right here. This building used to be a school, but now.
So this side's a school, the other side's a monastery.
Yeah, this is city school, but now it's used for different purposes. You know, like music education. Alexander Sheila went to music education here.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a little monkey.
So you got caught in the donut.
Yeah, caught in donuts.
Hey, I bet you've been in that donut
He
before.
wishes.
Yeah.
He wishes.
I'd take a donut right now.
Oh, I would take one.
I'd take 2.
Maybe 3,
4,
5.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So this is community school, which is now music education. They just use it for different things.
Yeah.
There's museum, church museum of the church. Sada.
South,
I
East,
kind of like these.
Denmark.
I like these lamps.
This is what?
Museum, Southeast Denmark.
Oh, the Museum of Southeast Denmark.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't say what kind of.
No.
It's just the state museum.
Art.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Yeah, those are nice. I'm not sure if that's a state museum because there's one in the other side of the town. Or more like a historical museum. But here there's also an arts group.
Can you go through here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a, oh, okay. Very nice. And I see this a lot. These spiral staircases. That's a very Swedish or Norwegian thing, is it not?
Well, it's Nordic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
What I like,
fires.
one of the things I like is that some of the buildings, the historic buildings, they lighten them up at night.
Yes. Very beautiful. But I see those spiral staircases all over the
Oh
country.
yeah.
So what is this thing?
This is an art association. Or art club.
Huh. It's like a nice place for it.
Yeah, it looks like a nice place.
Mm-hmm. If I was going to have an art club, I'd have chose right there too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, look at this.
Yeah, amazing. Is that where you would put one too, Alex?
Which one?
Yeah, where the art thing is.
Yeah.
That's where you would choose?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Alex said that during the summer, this water's flowing through here.
Yeah.
I guess they raise the water levels to push it through here. Very cool.
Kind of taking their doubt as a quiet permission that I can do it. Yeah.
If it would have been the cross through it, that's no way.
Then
There's the
then-
back of that hotel.
Yep. Right.
It looks like a barn.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. I could see those ships you were talking about, the tops of them sticking up.
Oh, there's a few here. There's one that I would like to show, but I want to see if I can get close enough to it. Because that ship was originally used to, around the Second World War to, remove mines from the
Oh,
water.
really? So it was a minesweeper?
Yeah, and I think they had about 14, but this is the last one that they have left.
So this is down on the water. There's one stray flower right there. So this boat was a minesweeper.
Yep.
And you say there was about 12 of them and this is the only one left?
I think they have some of the stories right here.
It's moving back and forth.
Yeah. Here, it says Streamliner MS3 1942.
So they were part of World War II,
Yes,
this boat.
this ship was built in 41. It was part of a series of 10 mine clearers, or what do you call them?
Sweepers.
Minesweepers. This one was sold in 1998, and they were going to use it for spare parts. But instead, it was bought then by a private person, and then sold again for in 2006 for the current owners. And they have tried to restore it for the most part to its original form.
Glory.
Glory, yeah. It's an unusual vessel.
Yeah, when we walked up, it was moving some. It must have been a
It's
wake.
moving. Don't stand against it because it's moving.
Yeah, it is moving.
Jeg kommer ved helvede.
That's you.
So it just moves back and forth.
Jeg har lige skrevet min mamma, hun siger det er fint, jeg kommer ved helvede til.
Det er fint. Det er godt.
So it literally is moving back and forth.
It is moving, yeah.
Jeg føler mig ikke sikker ved at gå.
Wow, look at this woodwork on it.
Oh yeah, the big eagle.
That's pretty crazy looking.
Det her, det føler jeg mig virkelig ikke sikker med.
That little forest, Elvis would have liked that.
Yes,
Yep.
he'd have been all about that.
Jeg føler bare, brædderne er ved at knække.
Yeah. He says this feels pretty shaky,
It does, I agree.
but this is a nice ship. It's kind of weird because you see it's an eagle, but then on top of that, what is that? Is that a cat or something?
Yeah, it looks like
Cat.
a puma.
Maybe a puma, yeah. But you can tell it had that function. You can look by the way the ship has been laid out.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty cool.
It's a really nice vessel.
Really old.
Yep.
This is
Just
very,
here.
very beautiful.
Just here in the harbor.
So I think you're right. We need to go on this side of the.
Yeah.
We don't want to end up in the water. I like the water and all that, but I don't want to get in it.
No, probably wise to stay away from it. A couple of years ago, they made this nice promenade here. It's really nice, you know, for walking. For
It's
biking.
nice weather tonight.
Yeah, it's nice weather.
I'm not freezing.
No, it's not cold.
Det synes jeg heller ikke.
No.
Jeg har også
Yeah. Look, there's work going on there. Right
Yeah, I was going to try to zoom in on that and get closer to it. They're scooping something either into that ship or out of it.
Looks like sand of some kind.
It may be a dredge.
Yeah.
Is that dredge throwing sand up on the shore and then it's removing the sand?
Yeah.
So that thing is dredging the area here, the harbor. Sea dogs. It says Chronos, which means time. That means time in the Bible. What does
Yeah,
it
that's-
mean in the?
Oh, I think that's what it is, but I'm trying to see what
It's got a flag back there on the back.
I can't see it. It's not Danish, I think. But yeah, there's a flag right there.
What the hell?
Yeah, in the Bible, Chronos means actual time. Kairos means God's time.
Right.
It's not pushed back. I can't tell. It's kind of balled up.
What is the ship? Look at that ship.
He is going really fast.
Yeah.
Det er det der skib, jeg tænkte på med det pan. Det er dem, der går ud ved området og så tager sand. Det kan du sige nu.
It says Midipan.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Mette is a girl's name in Danish.
Og det der, det er faktisk et ret kendt bådmærke, eller hvad man kalder det, som går ud og tager sand ud fra området og sten, og så sælger de det.
This one is quite well known for taking sand or stone.
So it's a dredge, is what it looks like. That middle part goes down in the water and dredges, and then brings the sand back.
That's precisely what it does.
Ja.
Takes it up and
So he's going to slow down right there
Ja.
and then drop the sand off.
yep.
Because he was coming in pretty hot. I was afraid he was going to hit this ship. But see, that ship's sliding over now. He's making room.
Han kan høre på råb.
Yeah, he was able to slow right now. So he was making room, sliding over for the other guy. It is. It's very cool. Not stuff you see every day. I think both of these are sand related.
But what you see here, you know, this is something, you know, that the basis of the local society, the harbor. And I'm going back to what I said about the churches, you know, what you see now is basically what you see, you know, like 500-600 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? Of course, you know, technology has changed, but the basics are pretty much the same.
But you're saying too that this harbor, this was filled in with trash.
No, another one. This one has,
No.
it's right there.
Down there.
Oh, the one around there?
And it's not a harbor, it's a waterway.
Oh, okay.
Side's the one.
So it's how you get through.
Yeah.
Very nice.
This is also where in the old day a paper factory used to be. And back then they didn't worry too much about chemicals.
Yeah.
Some people told me that, you know, you could see sometimes the paint in the water.
Yeah.
But this was a different time, you have to remember. But there was this Swedish paper company that was its biggest competitor, and they bought the company here,
Yeah.
and they basically they shut it down. They shut it down because it was competition, and a lot of people here lost their job back then.
Wow.
So there's some resentment here about that. It was a big paper factory. Probably his workshop.
Yeah, he said this is where he works out here.
I think up there. Oh, hello. This is
Hi.
Alexander.
Hey, Alexander. Congratulations on your confirmation.
Confirmation, yeah.
You've been confirmed.
Yeah.
Confirmed, yeah.
Good.
She says, where have you been?
Places.
We've been out having a good time.
Yeah, we've had a good time. We've
Filmed some incredible
Is
stuff.
there water in here?
Yes, there is.
Good.
I was kind of hoping that he would tell you guys. Let me see. I don't know if it's this one or the other one. Let me see.
Is this a refrigerator?
Yeah, I think so.
I think.
Oh, wait, maybe here?
This looks like a
Oh, it's right.
heater.
Yeah, this is. Oh, but I've got more water, but just take those. Is everybody off to bed or?
Some, yeah, mostly. Elvis.
So, Elvis. So, we are leaving Denmark, the bed and breakfast, headed to the airport and
Copenhagen Airport?
Copenhagen.
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 Yeah.
Copenhagen. Copenhagen. And that sounds like they got something in their mouth when they're trying to pronounce it, Copenhagen.
Well, it's much like what you guys call the hot potato.
Yeah. So we're headed to Holland today, and we actually play tonight.
Yep.
So it's going to be a long day.
It's going to be a long day, but I would say doable.
Well, it might as well be because we're doing it. Right?
We're doing it, so
Right, Tim?
Yeah, it's doable.
yeah, it's doable.
If it's not, we're in trouble.
There you got your proof. It's doable because we're doing it.
There you go. Some people say the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Well,
The proof is going to be in the doing on this
they're
one.
doing, yeah. He's probably having a great time because it's a gorgeous day.
He's just out biking. Oh, this is very, very thin. There's your hedgerow right
Yeah,
there.
that's a pheasant.
If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alarmed now. Right there.
Oh, yeah, the big house. I haven't seen any, well, Holland.
Yeah, we're not in Holland yet, but wow, look at this. $17.99.
Church, right?
Yep. Every town we go in has that church with that similar shape.
Yeah, that's pretty much the Danish style.
It's beautiful.
The clock is also very nice.
That says 1918 on the front side. 1918, we took a little trip.
Down the Mississippi.
Down the mighty Mississippi. Took a little bacon and we took a little beans. On the fight in New Orleans. I don't know those words. Fired our guns and the British kept a coming. Fired once more and melt the barrels down. Fired our guns and the British kept a coming.
It sounds a little like 16 tons, or am I way off?
It's very similar. It's the same guy that did 16 tons, isn't it?
Really?
I think so.
Well, 16. That wrote it, you mean?
No, that sang it. The same guy, Ernie Ford. Didn't he do that song?
16 tons.
Yeah. Tennessee, Ernie Ford.
My son works, my youngest son is a friend of Tennessee Ernie Ford's son.
So, you know, they used to have Ford's son tractors.
Yeah.
So it's Tennessee Ernie Fordson. That Viking place that we saw, so that's got to be what that sign is. You see all these things on the side here?
Right. Yeah, that's what it is. It seems that
It looks like an obstacle course.
Well, yeah, it does. But I think they're trying to give the idea of the dimensions of the place.
So I'm going to pronounce it one more time. Kubenhaven, which is Kuben is Kubenhof. By and Haven is the harbor.
Yeah.
So it is the purchase harbor or the harbor that sells stuff.
Yeah.
Very practical.
Basically a trade town.
Kubenhaven.
Yeah.
Kubenhaven. Still making vehicles. Very unusual looking for sure.
Yeah. And he said the hydraulic system is still ahead of time, because if there's something happening or crazy terrorist attack or something, they're doing these expanded, what do you call them,
Security checks. The Bernays sauce on it.
Please proceed gate C32 for boarding gate C32. Thank you.
Remember that theater we played in Amsterdam or in Holland last year, and they had that good Chinese food. They brought in all that Chinese food. Remember that? It's something like that today.
So we're heading to Amsterdam, to Holland, as it were.
Amsterdam, here we come.
Damien, try to tone it down. You're a little too excited. A little too excited, Carl.
Trying not to be.
Hey, I'm gonna let you go first this time on the plane.
Okay.
My luck wasn't so good.